all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. Oh, no applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch. Now that you've
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready.
Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good.
Very good. Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger. Hey, good morning, America.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Hey, good people. Hopefully y'all is well with y'all. Glad to have y'all here. Sorry about that. Had a call come in. Glad to have all you here for the Diddy trial. It's the 6th day. Sorry about that. I'll type that in 7:58. Let me type that in 7:58 time stamp. I swear to God, like every but it happens though. It doesn't mean to happen on purpose. You know what I mean? But it's all good. Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you here, y'all. I cop on Beyond the Gates. Okay, I cop on Beyond the Gates. I cop on Beyond the Gates. I cop on Beyond the Gates. You guys will get some reviews, and child, I have some things to say. But right from this space right here, right now, we're here to talk about this damn trial. And child, let's get to it, y'all. I don't even have the music on. That's how real I am with y'all. Is the music on? There we go. Okay, higher is waiting. Lower's available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see the virtual tour background. Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do. So this is the Diddy trial here. Okay. So this event ended at 3:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, that's a bit. Hang on. Let me refresh this. Oh, you know what? Hang on, I know why, because I set this on mobile. Give me one moment, y'all. Like, wait a minute. By the way, if you send something to yourself on mobile, it's going to look different than desktop, okay? So as I pull it up here it is. This is the desktop version. That other one was the mobile version. All right, here we go. Child, so here we go. Sean Diddy Combs trial. Don Richard testifies about drug use, pals, and Cassie Ventura meetings. The former Danny Kane member faced a tough cross-examination from the defense. Also on the stand today were Ventura's former friend Kerry Morgan and Combs' assistant David James. Where the sex trafficking trial stands, former Danny Kane member Don Richard returned to the stand today. She testified last week that she witnessed Sean Diddy Combs attack his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura with a skillet filled with eggs. The defense tried to undermine her credibility today by highlighting inconsistencies with her statements and her attempts to continue working with Combs despite the alleged violence she witnessed. Ventura's best friend, Kerry Morgan, also took the stand today. She described multiple instances where she saw Combs physically abuse Ventura at a time when she herself was allegedly attacked by Combs. Combs also testified that Ventura was jealous of Combs' ex-friend Kim Poor and that Combs was jealous of Ventura's relationship with actor Michael B. Jordan. Also called to the witness stand was David James, a former personal assistant to Combs. James began his tearful testimony describing his hiring process when an executive at Bad Boy Entertainment told him, "This is Mr. Combs' kingdom. We are all here to serve in it." He also said Ventura told him she could not leave Combs because he controlled her career and money. Combs is facing 5 criminal counts, 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has ferociously denied the allegations against him. This live briefing may include sexual graphic descriptions of sexual violence. For resources on sexual assault, call the National Sexual Assault Telephone Hotline. Sign up for the Diddy on Trial newsletter for key developments and analysis, and listen to Dateline's nightly podcast. Now, I'm wondering for a minute. Give me 1 minute, y'all, because there's another friend that came out in an exclusive interview. Cassie's exclusive friend. What is that woman's name? Cassie's friend. NBC News. Exclusive. Tiffany Red. I'm wondering if Tiffany Red is going to be on the stand at all. You know what I mean? Because I do kind of wonder that, because Tiffany Red was one of the first people to speak up about Diddy, right? It was to the point where she was getting sued, this, that, and the third, and everything in between, right? So, hey, Bluefish, good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well. Good to see you. I hope all is well with you, my friend. It's good to see you. It is good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well with y'all. So I just wanted to say that about Tiffany Red. Don't know if she will be on the stand, but I'm sure she has probably been called. So that being said, let's make it do what it do. Court is adjourned. Combs' former personal assistant to resume tomorrow. Court has adjourned for the day with David James set to return tomorrow for at least another hour of questioning from the prosecution. Cassie said Combs controlled her career and paid her allowance, former assistant says. David James recalled the first time he interacted with Cassie Ventura while he was Combs' personal assistant. It was in Miami where Combs rented a yacht to try to impress her, James said. When he and Ventura were smoking cigarettes, Ventura told him this place is crazy. When James asked why she didn't leave if she thought it was so crazy, Ventura told him she can't. He controls my career, my allowance, and pays my rent, she said, according to James' testimony. He broke down in tears on the stand again as he described the second interaction with Ventura, where they discussed the track list she picked out, and she was super happy. James also testified that he heard Combs talk to Ventura about Ventura to a friend during a car trip in LA, describing her as both his queen as being very moldable. So being able to mold and shape and contort Cassie into what he wanted for his pleasure and forgetting Cassie's humanity. Former assistant said he was told this is Mr. Combs' kingdom and we are all here to serve in it. David James broke down in tears, describing the bad boy staff's undying loyalty to the music mogul, viewed him as a king, the witness said. James recalled meeting with staffers during the interview process in 2007, and one female executive left a lasting memory. And overcome, James grabbed tissues and testified. The executive pointed to a picture of Combs on the wall and said, "This is Mr. Combs' kingdom, and we are all here to serve in it." James testified that Combs was surrounded by security staff who all carried legal weapons. He said the head security, Uncle Paulie, carried a switchblade. When asked what security told him about the job, James replied to stay in my lane. I understood it do what I was hired to do, and only that job. Well, when you are a personal assistant, so which side is winning? It looks like the prosecution is winning to me, right? Because, I mean, the brother's got over 400 lawsuits against him, right? Over 400 lawsuits against him. New lawsuits are coming out every day. I don't think we've ever heard. I'm trying to think. We haven't heard, right? We haven't heard any new lawsuits about Diddy. But in the same token, though, over 400 lawsuits, right? So it just seems like it's a little much. It's a little much, right? That at this point, with everything going on, it seems to me, right? It seems to me that at the beginning, middle, end of the day, that all these people had one job, but as the well got deeper, they had more responsibilities to do, right? So I just wanted to say that because that's what it's giving right now to me. That's what it's giving. Sorry, y'all. Okay. David James Combs' former personal assistant called to the stand. Carrie Morgan's time on the witness stand ended after a quick redirect from the prosecution, who just asked her to reiterate what she saw during Combs' assault of Cassie in Jamaica. The government then called David James, a personal assistant who worked for Combs between 2007 and 2009, to the stand. James told the court he was testifying because he was subpoenaed twice. Morgan says Cassie was not supportive after Combs allegedly beat her with a wooden hanger. So, you know, like the clothes hanger, so like the curve, so like the hook, and then that hanger part there. So a wooden hanger, ladies and gentlemen. Carrie Morgan says she hadn't spoken to Cassie Ventura in 7 years after Ventura allegedly failed to take her friend's side after an alleged altercation with Combs. The witness recalled an incident when the three of them were at Ventura's apartment in 2018. Morgan claims Combs grabbed her by the neck and hit her with a wooden hanger. The reason why I stopped speaking to her was because she was not supportive of me after that incident. I draw my line of physical abuse. Morgan said under cross-examination. Even though Ventura mentioned that Combs married personal trainer Alex Fine is about to have their third child together, Morgan said the relationship remains broken. The witness said she received $30,000 to keep quiet. Even she said it was through him. The money wasn't coming from her. She was the go-between. Morgan said, I did not demand money from anyone. She offered money to close the case on it, so I don't sue anybody or say anything public about it. Morgan said, all I got was $30,000. Now, I will just say this, right? I will just say this, right? If you truly think about this, right? If you truly think about it. If you say, right, that you got paid $30,000, right? Wouldn't there be a receipt? Wouldn't there be a receipt? Wouldn't there be a receipt? I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. Did they play a recording by Prince? That we don't know. That we don't know. That we don't know. I'm sure that Prince has probably got brought up. You know what I mean? So sorry, y'all. Just looking at something. Just looking up something. So yes, indeed there. But yeah, there would be a receipt for that. So this is Carrie Morgan right here. This is Carrie Morgan right here. This is Carrie Morgan. Combs was jealous of Cassie's time with Michael B. Jordan, Morgan says. While Cassie Ventura may have been jealous of Kim Porter, her former friend says that Combs was also jealous of Cassie's time with actor Michael B. Jordan. Ventura told the court last week that she and Combs had broken up while she was in South Africa for a few weeks filming a movie. And during that time, he suspected that she was having an affair with Jordan. Carrie Morgan said much of the same under cross-examination today. What I remember was she was speaking to Michael B. Jordan. They hung out together, Morgan said, and he was jealous of it. So, listen, I do what I can, Bluefish. I do what I can. I try my very best to give it to you real, raw, and true. And because this is the thing, right? This is a very, very, very heavy topic, right? And there are people that are supporting Diddy, but also, too, with people supporting Diddy, like I always say, would you allow this to happen to your daughters? Right? Would you allow this to happen to your grandmothers? Would you allow this to happen to your wife, your mom, your cousins, your nieces, your aunties, right? And I think that's the thing that gets to me. No, I was just saying that there are people who are supporting Diddy in the midst of all this. There are people that are supporting Diddy. And my thing is, would those people want any of this, a fifth, quarter, or a half, to happen to their wives, their daughters, their moms, their grandmas, their aunties, their cousins, their nieces, any woman in their life, right? Because this is just the sixth day. The sixth day. The sixth day. This is going to be going on. This trial is going to be going on for 8 to 10 weeks. Okay? 8 to 10 weeks. 8 to 10 weeks. And to be quite frankly honest, right? To be quite frankly honest, it is quite sad that, hang on one second. Hang on one second. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me one moment. Bluefish, stay right here. Give me one moment. Sorry, y'all. I just had to check in on something. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. I just had to check in on something real quick. Interesting. Okay, I'm just looking at some stuff. Please forgive me. But yes, like I said, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, this man has got upset with Cassie flirting with a waitress, right? Just want y'all to know that. He got upset by Cassie being with Michael B. Jordan, Kid Cudi, tried to blow up his car allegedly, and that was in the lawsuit. So it's like, at this point, if you just stand next to her, you're an enemy to him. At this point, that's what it feels like to me, right? And this is just the sixth day, right? It's just the sixth day. And it's quite sad to me, right? It's quite sad to me about what's going on, right? Because I don't get how you could be this big, bad, bold, and how you could be this big, bad, and bold, rather. Sorry, I'm trying to breathe in my commentary. Because of the fact that you're more known than me. You're more known than Bluefish. You're more known than most people, right? So you should be able to get anybody that you want. Hey, Coach James Hodge, good to see you, good sir. You should be able to get anybody that you want. But for the simple fact, right, that you have done what you've done, bro, you done. You done. You are done, son. You're done. You are done. You're absolutely done. Because like, dude, now everybody's making up this shit on you, bro. Everybody's making this shit up on you. Right? So just looking at some stuff. Oh my Lord. Sorry, I'm just looking up something. But yeah, bro, you know. So here we go. Cassie was jealous of Kim Porter, Morgan says. Cassie Ventura was jealous of Kim Porter, Combs' ex-girlfriend and mother to 3 of his children, according to Kerry Morgan. Defense lawyer Mark Fellow asked Morgan if Cassie was ever jealous of Porter, who died in 2018. I'm sure Morgan said yes, she was jealous because she could never go to the New Year's Eve parties. Porter was the mother to Combs' children, Christian and twin daughters, Jesse and Delilah. So that's Kim Porter there. Morgan returns to stand for cross-examination. The prosecution ended its direct questioning of witness Carrie Morgan just moments after she returned to the stand this afternoon. Combs' defense attorney, Mark Fellow, we will cross-examine Cassie Ventura, former best friend. Both sides have returned from lunch and court is back in session. Morgan will return to the witness stand, but Judge R.N. Surin is first listening to arguments for a motion. Court adjourns for lunch break later than planned. Judge R.N. Surin adjourned the court for a 30-minute lunch around 12:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, slightly later than planned. Surin told attorneys that he hoped to adjourn for lunch at noon now that the court will adjourn at 3 p.m. every day. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, right? Because for the most part, right, the trial has been from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., right? And so now, if you want to talk about 3 p.m., so 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 11, 12, 12 to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. So that means court's going to be starting at 7 a.m. every day, right? And I'm just like, I don't know how this is going to go. And more money. He's incapable of loving someone. That part. Everything is hostile, go big. I feel bad for the twins. Yeah, the daughters walked out on his court testimony. The daughters walked out of the court testimony. The daughters have walked out of court testimony, right? So when your daughters are walking out on your testimony, right? It is beyond mind-boggling to me how you think you're going to get out of this. If your daughters had to walk out, your daughters that are their own women walked out on their dad in the midst of all this testimony being given, bruh, you fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. Child, listen. Let's see here. Combs gave Morgan a concussion in alleged water hanger assault and paid her off, she says. Carrie Morgan recounted the alleged assault she personally endured from Combs that ended her almost 2 decades of friendship with Cassie Ventura. She testified that she was at Ventura's house listening to music when Combs came into the singer's apartment because PD was paying for her apartments. Cassie was in the bathroom and Morgan says she was in the living room at the time. He came up behind me and choked me, left finger marks on my neck and hit me in the head with a wooden hanger. Morgan told the court Cassie was in the bathroom. It hit me right behind my ear. Morgan added Combs was talking about Cassie cheating on him and she grabbed her personal things and left. She said she went to urgent care for a concussion, knowing she was dizzy and vomited a few times. She hired a lawyer but did not file a suit. Morgan said instead being paid $30,000 for Combs and saying that she signed an NDA. We haven't spoken since. Morgan said the last time I spoke to Sean was the night of the assault, and the last time I saw Cassie was when I signed the NDA. That's a non-disclosure agreement. Cassie didn't feel that she could leave Combs because of her job, Morgan says. Carrie Morgan testified that though she urged Cassie Ventura to speak to police about Combs' abuse, she refused due to what it would mean for her career and livelihood. Prosecutor Meredith Foster asked Morgan whether she ever had spoken with Cassie about if she should stay with Combs. Morgan told the court, and she and her former best friend would speak about it often. I wanted her to do what she wanted to do, but I told her she should leave him, Morgan said, and she said she could not because of her job, car, and her apartment. It was apparent that Morgan went to Ventura. It was apparent to Morgan, rather, that after Ventura spent time with people associated with Combs, she did not want to leave him. Earlier in her testimony, Morgan said that Cassie was frustrated that Combs was in charge of her career, but never said why he was preventing her from releasing new albums. Morgan recalls multiple acts of violence by Combs against Cassie. Carrie Morgan described multiple incidents of Combs allegedly flying off the handle and beating Cassie Ventura, seemingly with no provocation. Morgan first detailed the incident when she and Ventura were vacationing in Jamaica, and Combs arrived halfway through their trip. Cassie had gone to the bathroom, and after a few minutes, Sean said she was taking too long. He left me, and then I heard screaming. Bruh! Really? Really, bruh? So you, oh my God, dude, you gotta be out your mind. So you mean to tell me that on this vacation, you could wait for her to finish using the restroom, bruh? Bruh, I can't do it. I cannot do it. Like, what the hell? What the actual hell? What the actual hell is going on? I don't get it. I just don't get it. You had to, dude, really, bruh. Once again, if somebody were to do this to Diddy's daughters, would he have the same energy? Not wishing that on them at all. But see, we got to make it personal or for it to hit home. Because something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right at all. I just don't get it. The witness testified it was guttural, terrifying. I heard her screams on way into the long hallway. They were coming out the master bedroom. He was dragging her by her hair. Combs then dragged Ventura outside and threw her to the ground when she hit her head on brick. Morgan said Ventura and Morgan then fled the scene in a golf cart and hid in a ditch as Combs searched for them in another golf cart for hours. Morgan testified a second incident. Morgan told the court that she was with Combs and Ventura at a house the defendant was renting in Los Angeles, Hollywood Hills. She saw Combs allegedly hit or kick Ventura. Morgan urged the mobile security guard Ruben to do something, and he refused. So now I'm sure that Ruben is going to be on the stand. And this is the thing, right? If Ruben gets on the stand and says, yeah, I didn't do anything, because that's what he told me to do, bro, you're done. Like, all these testimonies, bro. Come on now. Come on. It's not making sense at all. It's not making sense at all. It's not making sense at all. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. I really don't. I truly don't. I just truly don't. She told the court that she and Ventura left the house to hide at a neighbor's place and heard Combs driving by to look for him. Ultimately, however, Ventura returned to Combs' house, Morgan said. Combs had mood swings and could be very aggressive, Morgan testified. Carrie Morgan told the court that she's got to know Combs very well in the roughly 11 years that he was dating her former best friend. She described him as someone who was sometimes very nice and generous, but also as someone who had mood swings and could be very aggressive. Morgan testified that Combs would get mad at Cassie and that Cassie lost her spark and confidence while with Combs. When asked whether Combs ever spoke down to Cassie, Morgan said it could be often and could be regarding her looks or her behavior. Morgan also told the court that Combs would sometimes call her up to 50 times in a row to look for Cassie. Morgan testified that she personally witnessed Combs assault Cassie 2 times, once in Jamaica, once in Los Angeles. I want to pull up something. So here's something, right? Now this did happen, okay? I'm just bringing this up to add context, conjecture, and connection, okay? From the Jasmine brand, Diddy allegedly called Dirty Money's Delana Harbor 58 times in 4 days, trying to help him silence Don Richard, right? Yeah. According to CNN, prosecutors claim that Diddy pressured his former roommate from Dirty Money to end Don Richard's lawsuit. On Tuesday, September 17th, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson suggested that Diddy contact Kalina after Don filed her lawsuit against him last week. Johnson said in court that Diddy reached out to Kalani 58 times in 4 days. I can't. I can't. 50 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50 in a row. I moved on. Cassie's former best friend says she did not want to testify. Carrie Morgan made clear that she was only in court testifying because she was issued a subpoena by the government. I do not want to testify, Morgan said. When asked why she was there, I moved on with my life. Morgan also confirmed that she and Cassie Ventura, who met on a mile and shoot as teenagers, no longer speak because Ventura's boyfriend assaulted her. Carrie Morgan, Cassie's former best friend, takes the stand. Carrie Morgan, the woman Cassie Ventura described as her former best friend, was called to the witness stand by the government once Don Richard's testimony was concluded. Ventura testified last week that she met Morgan when she was a teenager. The two remained close for about 17 years. Combs' former girlfriend testified that their friendship ended after Combs allegedly hit Morgan in the head with a wooden hanger. But Morgan was allegedly aware of the abuse Cassie endured from Combs and had been around the couple regularly in the early days of their relationship. Cassie still lived in New York City. Despite Combs' threats, Richard admits to trying to work with him again. In another round of cross-examination, Richard admitted she tried to work with Combs again, despite all her allegations that the music mogul engaged in violence and drug use. The defense lawyer, Westmoreland, ticked off the number of performances, writing sessions, travel, and career talks Richard would have to engage in with Combs, despite the bad act she allegedly seen. Westmoreland, as you would spend a lot more time together, even though he made death threats. Richard responded, yes. When pressed about her lawsuit against Combs, Richard said, I just want justice and to be made whole. And when Westmoreland asked if that meant being paid money, Richard answered yes. Richard said she suppressed memories of Combs due to trauma. Federal prosecutor Nancy Steiner picked up questioning Richard following a tough cross-examination where defense attorneys attempted to undermine Richard's testimony by pointing out inconsistencies in her retelling of events. Steiner asked whether Richard had thought about the incidents a lot over the decades since she witnessed them. No, it was a hard time for me, a bad time for me, Richard said. It did not all come back immediately. The environment was traumatizing, so I tried to erase those things from memory. By speaking with investigators, Richard said that more memories come to her every day and that she tries to relate things as best and accurate as I can. She confirmed that she did tell the government that she saw Combs hitting Cassie and threatened her to keep, and that he threatened her to keep her quiet during several meetings. Richard testified that she had no doubt that Combs tried to strike Cassie, or that Cassie went to a field position, or that Combs dragged Cassie by the stairs by her hair. She also had no doubt that Combs threatened Richard to keep quiet. Child. Give me one moment, y'all. Give me one moment. One moment, y'all. One moment. Sorry, y'all. Had to take care of some business. Had to take care of some business, y'all. Child. People are going to believe what they want to believe, child. Sorry, y'all. I'm just looking at something. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Just. Hang on 1 second, y'all. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Sorry, y'all. I'm literally trying to be here for y'all. Just peace be still. Sorry, y'all. Child, sorry. All right, let's roll on because I'm not about to be the one nor the two to activate the three. Richard felt that Combs derailed her career twice. Richard's cross-examination moved into her career with Combs, which included her work with Danny Kaye and Combs' trio Diddy, Dirty Money. The singer confirmed that though she said she was scared of Combs, she was asked to work with him again. Westmoreland brought up the hundreds of thousands of records Richard sold while with both groups. Richard confirmed that she asked Combs to sign her as a solo artist in 2011, which would have been the end of her time with Diddy Dirty Money, and Combs denied her. She also said that she was asked to work with Combs as recently as about 2020, 2021. You felt like Mr. Combs ruined your career not once, but twice, Westmoreland asked. Yes. Richard did immediately tell government about pals, admit she changed her story about drugs. The defense challenged Richard's testimony about weapons and narcotics she allegedly saw in Combs' possession, inferring that her memories only recently came to light. Under direct examination earlier on Monday, Richard detailed the time she saw Combs using pals and illegal drugs. Westmoreland asked Richard why the witness did mention pals and 8 means prosecutor. It wasn't asked. Also, under direct examination on Monday, Richard said she saw Combs taking ketamine, Coca-Cola, and Molly. Westmoreland asked Richard if she changed her story after previously telling government investigators that she had seen Combs with Coca-Cola. Yes, as time progresses, I get better at knowing what went on because it was quite a long time ago, the witness said. Defense pushes back on Richard, saying Combs threatened her with people go missing. Combs' defense is attempting to catch inconsistencies in Richard's direct testimony, this time with the allegation that Combs said to her that people go missing and that they could die after witnessing a fight between him and Cass Ventura. I mean, like I told y'all before, he threatened the editor-in-chief of Vibe magazine, right? So I'm not surprised by that. Give me one moment. Sorry, y'all. I'm just so heated right now. I am so heated right now because be still and now. Y'all, I'm trying here, okay? Please forgive me, y'all. Okay, please forgive me, child. Please forgive me. Please forgive me, y'all. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna get through this. Sorry, y'all. We're gonna get through this. Combs' defense is attempting to catch inconsistencies. Hang on one second. Sorry, y'all. You know what? I will just say this, right? I will just say this. And I'm going to say this right now. You know, when you have done all you can do in your might, in the words of Diane McClurkin, you just stand, okay? I have been on my content. I have been doing the Diddy trial. I've been doing some deep dive lives recently. I just got done catching up with Beyond the Gates. And so for anybody that's going to believe what they want to believe, go ahead and believe it. Sincerely, because I'm done. I am done. I have not done nothing to anybody at all. At all. At all. I can't. I can't at all. I truly can't. And it's antagonizing to me, right? That I've done everything that I can do in my power, and it's still not being recognized for what it is, right? So, God bless you. I can't go back and forth in energy that I can't go back and forth in energy when I have not done anything wrong. I cannot go back and forth in energy when I have not done anything wrong. I cannot go back and forth in energy when I have not done anything wrong to anybody. So, believe what you want to believe. I'm going to do this and then I'm going to be done because we got Housewives later on tonight. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Westmoreland pulls up interviews Richard had with prosecutors in October and March, where she also recounted the same incident with Skillet. Westmoreland pointed out Richard said in the interview that Combs said this was a love thing with no mention of people going missing in her interview. That's not true. I don't recall saying that. Richard responded, you didn't tell prosecutors that Sean Combs said people go missing. Westmoreland continued, I didn't remember it. Richard told the court later, stating that she remembers everything I'm telling you now. Defense questions Richard's version of ex-Skillet incident, reminds her that she's under oath. Defense lawyer Nicole Westmoreland tried to poke holes in Richard's claim that Combs attacked Ventura with a skillet of eggs. Westmoreland suggested in her questions that Richard has told different versions of the 2009 incident, including one that simply had Combs throwing eggs at Ventura. Richard told jurors on Friday that she saw Combs try to hit Ventura with the skillet. Westmoreland reminded Richard that she is under oath and then asked if she changed her story over time. Richard responded, I said the best that I could recall. Defense begins cross-examination of Richard. Combs' attorney, Nicole Westmoreland, began cross-examination of Richard and picked up where prosecutors left off Richard's lawsuit against Combs. Westmoreland asked if Richard was aware there was an impending motion to dismiss her lawsuit, a standard practice for civil lawsuits, but Richard said she didn't know. Defense then began a line of questioning in an attempt to undermine Richard's testimony last week that she witnessed Combs throw a skillet at Cassie. Westmoreland asked if Richard's allegation had changed over time. Westmoreland said in a letter to Combs, Richard alleged that she heard a pan hit the wall but didn't see it. Richard responded to a series of questions that she wasn't aware or didn't recall what Westmoreland was referencing. Correction, May 19th, 1:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Previous version of this platform misstated Richard's testimony Friday. She testified that Combs tried to strike Ventura with a skillet, not that he struck Ventura. Richard said that she's seeking justice, not a big civil court payout. Richard ended her direct examination by saying she's seeking justice. Give me a moment, though. Give me a moment. I'm sorry. I'll be right back, y'all. Hey, First Girl Podcast. Hey, my friend. I thank you for being here to show some love. I appreciate you, my friend, because, you know, you really do find out who your real people are. And it's quite sad. It's quite sad. I don't bother nobody. I really don't. I've been on my square, been moving on, doing other content. I got so many Beyond the Gates episodes, and there is a individual that feels the way that they feel about stuff, right? And this person has every right to feel the way that they feel. But sometimes when you are living in your truth and they have seen your truth and they don't want to accept the fact that you're giving them everything you got, it gets to a point where it's mentally exhausting. Mentally exhausting. Mentally exhausting. So, I will say this right from this space right here and right now. I am good. I'm good. I am good. I am good. I am good. I have not done anything to anybody. I've been over here on my square, been covering a lot of other stuff like I normally do. And you know what's crazy? It is amazing how some people walk around like they're adults, but really they have a child mindset. It's quite sad. When you have done more than enough, And not only have you done more than enough, but you've also been still in moving forward because you know there's more to life than this. And so I send nothing but love, grace, and space to you. It's no bad blood. Because guess what? The more bad blood I have, it blocks God from getting to me. That's it. That's it. So you don't want to hear the truth, even though it's been told? Fine. Go ahead. Do what you do. At this point, I don't have any more energy. I don't have any more energy. I don't have any more energy to be able to invest in something that I know is a deficit. So we're going to finish this Diddy trial, and then I'm going to come back tonight for Roa, because I still have 3,000 people here that believe in me and that they get to know me for me. And based on what I've been able to do, I've been consistent, I've been tenacious, and I've been about my destiny, about showing love to people. Said to somebody earlier today, people have to earn the right to hear your story. But bigger than that, people got to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. And it's just like this Diddy trial. There's a lot of people supporting a lot of bullshit. And the gag is, when you have the resources to be a solution instead of a problem, and you still want to be a problem, even though you know that giving love goes longer than sowing hate, that's on you at that point. So if you're really about it, be still for a minute. Get your point of view together and come correct before you try to get somebody to do something correct and they've been doing things correctly. Okay? Because I am grown. Let's get that straight. Okay. Oh, child. I needed that. Richard says she is seeking justice, not a big civil court payout. Richard ended her direct examination by saying she's seeking justice in hopes of arguing Richard against defense claims that she be biased against Combs due to her federal lawsuit against the music mogul. Assistant U.S. Attorney Meetsit Steiner asked the witness what she hopes to gain from testifying. Steiner asked Richard if she is expecting any compensation for your testimony. I'm expecting justice, she responded. Combs supplied drugs with a dealer named One Stop and was surrounded by pals, Richard says. Prosecutors returned to questioning about Combs' drug use, or rather his offers of drugs to other people while Richard was on the stand. Richard testified that Combs would have a drug dealer named One Stop deliver a range of substances to the recording studio, including Coca-Cola and grass. She also told the court that Combs or his assistants would carry a Louis Vuitton pouch filled with drugs. Cassie Ventura referred to the Louis Vuitton pouch as Combs' med bag during her testimony last week. Prosecutors then asked if Richard ever saw a weapon while with Combs. Richard said she saw a few firearms a few times, and that Combs' bodyguards had them and held them in their lower back. Cassie told to wait her turn for her album. Combs' employees didn't stop violence, Richard says. Combs would angrily tell his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, to wait her turn for recording an album, Richard said. When Richard would support Ventura's musical aspirations, Combs didn't like me talking with her about that, the witness said. He said it would be on his terms. It was always wait. She had to wait for her turn. Sometimes it would just be wait your turn. Other times it would it was violent or volatile. She said the witness said numerous employees of Combs and his Bad Boy Records witnessed his violence against Ventura and no one stepped in. Richard's testimony could help bolster the prosecution's narrative that Combs committed racketeering conspiracy by using his multifaceted business empire to coerce and control women for sex. Richard was in two different music groups formed by Combs. Richard is likely best known for her time performing with the girl group Dandy Kane, but she was also in another musical group in the mid-2000s. She got her start with Combs through his reality show Making the Band 3, which is how Dandy Kane formed. The group had two relatively popular albums between 2006 and 2008, but disbanded in January 2009. Combs then briefly formed a trio with himself, Richard, and Kalina Harper the same year it was announced Dandy Kane broke up. That lasted roughly until 2012. Richard released a solo album called Golden Heart the next year. Women in Dirty Money wore sunglasses in solidarity with Ventura after being two female members of Diddy. Dirty Money wore sunglasses alongside Cassie Ventura during Central Park appearance as a way to support her. Richard testified. According to Richard, Ventura was punched in the face by Diddy at his home in 2009 ahead of the event. Diddy's former girlfriend has sworn an eye that Ventura used makeup and sunglasses to hide. Richard told the court, "We wore sunglasses to have solidarity with her and have a support system because she needed it." Beings from Combs often trigger Cassie speaking up for herself, Richard says. Don Richard says she regularly witnessed Combs lashing out at Cassie Ventura over the years, often after his then girlfriend would voice her opinion. Frequently, he would punch her, choke her, slap her in the mouth, kick her, punch her in the stomach. Richard told jurors it could be because Cassie was speaking up for herself. It could be random. It could be if she had an opinion for herself. Richard said she would be quiet, and then when she had these moments of trying to stick up for herself, he would hurt her for it. Sounds familiar. Trying to stand up for yourself, and when the message doesn't fit your coherent faculties, you want to get big mad about it. You want to get big mad about it. You want to get big mad about it. Okay. Okay. Richard recalled how frightened she was when Combs allegedly threatened her and defendant's then girlfriend Cassie Ventura. The incident happened in 2009, a day after Combs attacked Ventura for skillet. According to Richard, he said, "You could go missing, that we could die." Richard told jurors, "I was shocked but also scared. I couldn't believe this would be the beginning of a journey with us, with the group Dirty Money." Richard returns back to the stand. After about 20 minutes of a discussion between the judge and attorneys from both sides, Richard was brought back to the witness stand to continue her testimony. Richard wore slacks with a white shirt and an overcoat. Court is now in session. Court is officially in session, kicking off day 6 of the Combs trial. Richard and Combs attorneys arrived in court. Former Dandy Kane member Don Richard arrived at court shortly after 8 a.m. Combs attorneys, including Xavier Donaldson, Alexander Shapiro, and Mark Fellow, was also seen arriving this morning. Here's what Don Richard said in court Friday. Don Richard, a former member of Dandy Kane all-girl group Diddy, created on MTV's Making the Band 2, stand Friday, testified that she saw Combs physically assault Ventura in his Los Angeles home in 2009. Richard alleged he threw Ventura to the ground, threw a skillet full of eggs at her, and put his arm around her neck and dragged her upstairs. "I was scared for her. I was scared to do anything," Richard testified. Richard is expected to continue her testimony today. Marriage therapist speaks on Combs and Ventura's relationship. Shonda Combs and Cassie Ventura were in a decades-long relationship. As Ventura wrapped up her testimony at the trial, NBC News' Gadi Schwartz spoke to Sonnet Dermont, a licensed marriage and family therapist, about the couple's relationship. then right here, how Combs' trial might affect hip-hop. Combs spent most of his career as an influential figure in hip-hop. Now he's on trial over human trafficking allegations. NBC News' Gadi Schwartz talks to Variety senior music writer Stephen J. Horowitz about how his trial might affect the genre. Cassie's graphic testimony may set the stage for what's to come in the first week of testimony, Combs' federal sex trafficking trial in New York. Cassie Ventura, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, described over 4 days on the witness stand a tumultuous relationship with the music impresario that began in her early 20s and lasted on and off for a decade. As the government star witness, her responses gave a window into a world centered around paid sexual encounters lasting for days, sometimes occurring weekly, known as freak-offs, and that she said she was forced to endure under the treatment of physical and psychological abuse. The freak-offs were so regular, she said they became a job. Much of what Ventura 38 testified was too graphic, from the sex acts with male escorts to the violence, including the fights with Combs that left her covered in bruises. She said if she attempted to refuse a freak-off physically, Predator Ventura also recounted how she said Combs raped her in her living room in 2018, which he has denied. So now you are all caught up on the trial. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. We'll be back right after this show.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez? Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. For
Sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you were found. I come from Memphis. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'll see that. Don't you leave here to live with happiness. I want you to live with the
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mirar's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Hang on, y'all. I'll be right back. Hang on. Stay right here. I'll be right back.